Hey there, we're at, this is the Bronx TV, and look where we are. We are live on Facebook. Where are we? We're actually out in Long Island Sound, right?
Tom and I.
We're on a boat called Moontide, and I'm here with the people on Via Community Day who are with the City Island Oyster Reef project. And the whole idea now is that these dried out oysters, put together by the coastal steward, dried out for years literally, are now going to be dumped into the water. And the whole idea is they will ultimately fuse and begin the process of forming a reef. So here we go. This is the first dumping of the oyster shells into the Sound by Maria Caruso of City Island Drift. Go do it.
All right, here we go.
And Tom from Viacom, here we go. There you go. Congratulations.
And our Pearl Pathway begins. That's the start of the Pearl Pathway.
All right. I don't know if you can hear it, but that is the start of the Pearl Pathway. And Tom from Viacom has done a great job at helping and supporting City Island in the effort. So he's going to open a bag of oysters. And let's get a look at Tom doing this. Go ahead, Tom. And there are a whole bunch of these bags. I think we have about 25 bags. Dennis, just give us an idea of exactly what the value is of doing this, and why are we putting the shells in the water?
Well, oyster spat, oyster larva actually needs to set on shell. So if there's no shell on the bottom for them to attach to, then you don't have any place to establish, so the free-swimming larvae wind up dying if they can't find a suitable substrate to attach themselves to.
And so by doing this, and with all the bags, and then ultimately they're going to be collecting more and more shells over time in City Island, by doing this, what ultimately will happen?
Well, we're hoping that it will bolster the local population, and you'll reestablish the habitat. And the oysters are really just the beginning of the habitat. They tend to be a
kind of a breeding ground,
what we call a keystone species.
Okay.
So, like Captain Mike mentioned before, what tends to happen is the flounder come back, the fluke come back, the blackfish come back. It forms the basis of a habitat for a lot of different animals.
And the waterways will be healthier. So I'm going to just let you see. Everybody's here working. They're actually dumping these oyster shells. Look at this. Big bags of oyster shells. Now, when you go to a restaurant on City Island, order oysters, and the restaurants will collect those shells. They'll dry them out for a year, and eventually they will be part of this effort to clean the Long Island Sound. So here's Maria's struggling with the bag, but we're making it happen. There you go. And I should let you know, let's see, there's two other boats doing the same thing. There's one out there, and then if I can move around this little boat. The boat is called Moontide, and you can see it down there. So that is actually, this is just so exciting. It's part of Via Community Day, and we are literally doing the right thing for the Long Island Sound. Here we go. Go ahead, Tom. Do your thing, man. Here we go. Tom, it must be really exciting to be doing this, huh?
It's very cool. It's a great thing to do. Yeah, I'm delighted to be able to do it.
Great. And I know for Maria Caruso and part of City Island Drift, this is like, you've been working so hard in this. This is like really exciting.
This is so fantastic. It just feels so good to be able to start this process so quickly, and hopefully we're going to see results real quickly too.
Well, I don't know how quickly, but the only way to see results long term is to is to start short term, and that's
That's
it's a very big Long Island Sound, but we're making a difference right here. Maria, would you look at the camera and tell me where this is? This is the Bronx.
This is the Bronx.